Today, there is a rather urgent, double unsurvivable brewing crisis in the ever-evolving aviation industry. If these two serious problems are not resolved in the next 2 decades, the entire aviation industry would come to a halt and you can kiss flying anywhere bye-bye. The first problem is the fact that planes' engines work on kerosene and there is only one clean, feasible alternative. Additionally, since kerosene is a crude oil byproduct, it is a major source of CO2 emissions, and the world is bound to run out of oil in less than 50 years. This urgent matter called for an unprecedented giga project that extends across the globe to create an alternative, affordable, sustainable, clean source of energy to power passenger and cargo planes. What will save the day? Will it be batteries and solar panels on top of planes, or something more intriguing like green hydrogen? The answer will surprise even the experts. The aviation industry currently supports nearly 90 million jobs worldwide, either directly within the industry or through the immense industry supply chain. Half of that number is associated with the tourism industry, which is immense and only possible due to the modern advancements in the aviation sector. And just like we have today green tourism, the aviation industry is also under immense pressure to become green too, since planes produce a little more than 3% of the total global CO2 emission among other pollutants. However, unlike the car industry, which is going electric, the aviation industry is the only sector on the planet that is bound to keep contributing and increasing greenhouse emissions and pollution in general because, as we explained earlier, there is only one alternative to kerosene and it is not batteries. The reason for this dilemma is simple. Planes require large amounts of energy to take off and maintain speed. In a nutshell, to make a 100-passenger plane fly on batteries from LA to New York, the entire plane has to be filled with large batteries, leaving only space for the pilots. The situation is even worse for larger planes. So batteries are out of the question. Batteries, including next-generation ones, are simply unsuitable for planes. Even the flying cars and drone industries are struggling with that issue because effective batteries are simply big and quite heavy. The only real feasible and green solution is hydrogen, but there are issues there too. The first issue has to do with the fact that hydrogen, which is the second lightest element on the periodic table, actually takes up a lot of space. And as you already know, planes store fuel in the wings. It is a huge problem because the space needed in a hydrogen-powered plane is nearly 20 times larger than that in kerosene-powered planes. This would make planes with 400 passenger capacity able to accommodate only 150 passengers, which is simply a catastrophe for airlines. The second issue actually lies with the solution for the first problem. Engineers did find a solution for the in-plane hydrogen storage problem and ways to reduce the needed space so that it is only about 3 times larger than space needed for kerosene. However, this solution requires storing hydrogen as a liquid at cryogenic temperatures, because the boiling point of hydrogen at 1 atmosphere pressure is negative 252.8 degrees Celsius. So in simple words, in order to get hydrogen into a small enough volume to carry on board a plane, hydrogen will need to be cooled to cryogenic temperatures below negative 252 degrees Celsius or negative 485.6 Fahrenheit. This naturally leads us to the third issue, which is a design problem because these new modern systems and fitting them onto planes is simply very difficult because the current global massive aviation industry and related supply chains must accommodate colossal changes to accommodate these new systems. The aviation industry is a truly monstrous global collection of mega projects, so you can imagine how hundreds of billions of dollars are needed to re-engineer the massive, endless manufacturing facilities, equipment, production lines, and you name it in order to make the engines and planes compatible with these new systems. The fourth problem is made up of 2 parts. The first is the hydrogen fuel supply chain issue. Right now, most of the hydrogen produced every year is made using fossil fuels, which defeats the whole point of hydrogen as clean energy. The second part of this problem has to do with airports. Planes get fueled at airports via specialized tankers or underground lines. This entire infrastructure has to be upgraded and replaced. But guess what? No one wants to pay the bill because its estimated cost is around $250 billion. Okay, that sounds like a lot of serious issues, but here is the thing. Recent breakthroughs are already creating mega projects that will solve all these problems. Let's now take a quick look at hydrogen, the solutions, and related ongoing mega projects. Hold on, we forgot to mention why hydrogen is the ultimate choice. It is simply a very versatile fuel for aviation because when it burns it produces mostly water vapor, and it can also be used in creating electricity within planes. It also produces more energy than kerosene during the burning process, which would make planes more efficient. This means planes can be propelled either by hydrogen combustion engines that emit mostly water vapor, or electric engines powered by hydrogen fuel cells, where chemical reactions generate electricity, which would eliminate the need for large batteries. In fact, such planes can have both systems where one engine is a hydrogen combustion engine and the other is electric. The good news today is that many recent breakthroughs are setting the stage for a massive, gradual global transformation of the entire aviation industry. These solutions will make planes of all sizes environmentally friendly and even more efficient. The startup company ZeroAvia successfully tested a hydrogen-powered 19-seat plane in March 2022 and several other successful tests in 2023. These planes were powered by hydrogen electric systems, meaning they are electric planes that generate electricity from onboard hydrogen fuel cells. The awesome thing about this breakthrough is in the details, because the company has solved a huge problem by developing an advanced, effective, and efficient hydrogen-based system called the high-temperature proton exchange membrane fuel cells that can be effectively used in large jumbo jets. To keep the science simple for you, in aviation, more heat and pressure equals better air cooling and reduced cooling drag. Another firm called Universal Hydrogen is also up to something quite huge. This firm has provided a solution for fueling problems at airports by building a flexible, scalable, and capital-light approach to hydrogen logistics by transporting it in modular capsules over the existing freight network from green production sites to airports around the world. These small modules can be easily stored at airports and loaded directly into the aircraft using existing cargo handling equipment, which would eliminate the need for new costly fueling infrastructure. The firm has also developed conversion kits to retrofit the existing fleets with a hydrogen fuel cell powertrain. A few months back, the firm successfully tested a retrofitted Bombardier-8300. As exciting as the work of these firms, among others, is, they are nothing next to the ongoing initiatives by the multinational giant Airbus, which is investing quite heavily in a program to test out hydrogen combustion engines. Right now, Airbus is overhauling an A380 airliner, which by the way is the largest in the world, by adding an additional hydrogen combustion engine to the outside of the plane and installing monitoring equipment. With the changes, the company will be able to test hydrogen-powered flights in real-world conditions. Airbus plans to produce an engine that is compatible with the current A380 and A350 systems, and designs that would not require heavy modifications to the planes. In late 2022, Airbus also undertook a feasibility study for establishing a hydrogen hub at Singapore's Changi Airport, alongside the Civil Aviation Authority of Singapore and industrial gas company Linde. Airbus has also entered a memorandum of understanding with SEA, the company that manages Milano Linate and Milano Malpensa airports, to study and execute projects for the distribution of hydrogen at Milan's airports. This leaves us with one question. Are there ongoing mega-projects to produce more hydrogen without creating pollution to meet the rising demand? The answer is yes, because hydrogen is also increasingly being used in the car and electricity generation industries and counting. Not to mention, it is bound to become cheaper than common fossil fuels by 2025. Saudi Arabia is already advancing in this sector with the NEOM Helios Green Fuel Project, which is a $5 billion under-construction facility for the production of green hydrogen-based ammonia for easy global transportation. Africa is also leading the way in developing large-scale green hydrogen projects, such as Mauritania's Amman and Noor electrolyzer green hydrogen mega-projects. Other similar projects are located in Namibia, South Africa, Egypt, Morocco, and Djibouti. This network of green hydrogen power mega-projects are turning Africa and the Middle East into the future top supplier of green hydrogen for the car and aviation industries. What do you think about this global green hydrogen madness? Will hydrogen-powered planes fill the skies in the next decade? Will the world witness a revolution in the aviation industry with shocking disruptive innovations? Let us know in the comments section and do subscribe and like. Thank you.